Have you accomplished the dreams that you thought you'd see happen in 2024? Have you accomplished the financial, the relational, the emotional, the physical goals that you set on January 1st or the first of the year? Did you accomplish those or did they fade away? Are you happy with your progress in 2024? Are you like, dang, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen? Well, I've got good news for you. My name is Amy. I'm the host of this podcast, and we're going to discuss principles and techniques to actually move things forward that you can still make progress on your goals and you can still make progress on your dreams in 24. So take a listen. If you're discouraged, if you're looking at it and you're like, man, I don't see it happening, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to push you on to push forward into what you had set your goals to in 2024. So I love the fourth quarter. Typically on the fourth quarter, when I look at things, I'm kind of behind the eight ball. I haven't accomplished all that I wanted to accomplish. Yeah, maybe I've made some progress, but I'm not where I want to be. I haven't hit that point that I could say, oh, 2024 has been the best year of my life. It has been the absolute most amazing year, because there's still a few things that I want to happen before I would say that. Other than the fact that I have a grateful attitude and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. But if you could, with true honesty in your heart, say, man, this has been the best year. For me to say that, I'd want to see some things happen that still have not happened. I was listening to Terry Seville Foy, and she said she was talking about how she had some dreams and she hadn't seen them come to pass and some goals, and she was struggling with it. And the Lord said, hey, don't shrink your dream, increase your faith. Don't shrink your dream down to fit into the narrow capacities of what we see in this life. Increase your faith, increase your belief, increase your skills. And so I would say that to anyone today, that if you're looking at things, you're like, man, I'm not where I want to be. Well, let's do this. Here's what I think. When I get into this spot, here's what has moved me forward and propelled me forward and caused there to be growth. I'm in the sales business. And so oftentimes I'm looking at, where am I at for sales? Where am I at with transactionally? Where am I at with people? But now I'm more so like, did we do the things I wanted to do with our kiddos? Am I where I want to be with my health? Am I where I want to be relationship-wise? Am I where I want to be financially? Like, there's different levers there. And so when I look at those things, I often look at it and go, man, I'm just not quite there yet. I thought that I would be able to do more. So often we misjudge like what we can accomplish in 5 years. And we think we can accomplish so much in 5 years. And we look at a year and think we can't accomplish much. So we just kind of keep pushing it off. But we think the 5-year goal is great. Right? So let's do this. What can you accomplish with one day of extra activity? So when I looked the other day at all my goals, I realized it had been a few weeks since I had literally stared at them. I'm accustomed with them. I know them. I know them on the inside. I know them on the outside. But I literally have just glanced at the piece of paper instead of actually sat down and read them and spoke them out. So I recommitted to that. And I would encourage you, if you don't have a written vision, if you don't have written dreams, write them. Your success rate goes through the roof. You have a 50% greater chance of fulfilling all your dreams and goals with a written vision. Okay? So write the vision. Look at the vision every day, because what you look at, you become. What you look at, you seize. What you become what you think about, right? And so you have to think about that. Think about your vision. And then go back and recommit. I do this with my agents all the time. They create goals for themselves. And then when they're not finding the success that they thought they would see, or they're not seeing the success that they had hoped for, we have to go back and look at our daily activity and say, are we doing everything we committed to? Are we doing what we committed to on our daily activities? Because if we aren't doing what we committed to on our daily activities, how can we move it forward? Oftentimes I'll say, do you think you gave this goal 100% of your attention? Do you think you made it a priority? Invariably, they'll say, man, no, I could have done a lot better. I got distracted. I got focused on something else. I got bored with it. I just got lazy a bit on things, or I got discouraged. And we always go back and say, so do you give me permission to hold you accountable to your dreams? Find someone in your life to do that with. Find someone that they can hold you accountable to moving the needle forward in your life. So write the vision, recommit to the vision. Like, just say, okay, today I begin a new day. Today I start over. I've been inconsistent in some ways, but today I recommit. I recommit to my health goals. I recommit to how I eat. I recommit to my activity levels. I recommit. There's so much power in your recommitment. Guys, I have had seasons where I recommit all the time because I'll get going and I'll go, and then I'll fall off the wagon for a day or two in activity. Or I'll get so busy with the amount of activity I've created, what I've created from the activity, that I forget the base core activity. So to move the needle forward in your life, to still accomplish in the fourth quarter, you got to get the fourth quarter mindset. There is a mindset to the fourth quarter, and it's that I might be behind the 8 ball. It might not be looking like I'm going to accomplish it, but there's something when you get so locked into that, you get so focused into it that you can go, oh, I'm crushing you. I haven't lost you yet. You'll take that extra step. You'll run that extra mile. You'll walk that extra block. You'll do whatever it takes to meet that goal because you'll taste a little bit of victory. You'll see it when you begin to focus on it. Put it before you. Write the vision, make it plain, put it before you, and read it every day. It will get you out of bed in the morning. It will keep you disciplined, but get the fourth quarter mentality. And that's the pop back factor. I call the fourth quarter the pop back factor. I'm going to get up. I might feel knocked down. I might feel discouraged. I might not see what I'm thinking I'm going to see. I'm going to pop back up and I'm going to start taking daily activity. Daily. I'm going to do something to contribute to the lives of other people. I'm going to do something to do good to another human being. I'm going to do something that moves my dream forward. If I want to write a book, I'm going to write 1 page that day. If I want to, create a podcast, I'm going to start doing episodes. If I want to launch a business, I'm going to start on my business plan. I'm going to look at that business plan every day and I'm going to consult with people and I'm going to get the experts and I'm going to reach out. If I'm stuck and I'm plateaued in my career and I know there's someone that's so far ahead of me, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to make the phone call. I'm going to call. Activity creates activity. Activity creates momentum. You get on purpose. The more you act, right? The more you take action steps, those action steps get filled with energy. You start to be unstoppable. So keep taking the action step. And I always know this, and I go really based on this. My steps are ordered of the Lord. My heart's committed to the Lord. My steps are ordered. He leads me, he guides me, and he directs my every step. But you have to do this. You have to get serious about your time here on earth. You have to get serious about why you're here. And then you're like, Amy, that sounds so morbid and so serious. But we can let days just be wasted. We can let time just go by. We can let months just flow into years. And we can have Groundhog's Day. And that is always my worst fear, that I didn't seize the opportunities that were held within the day, that I didn't capture the opportunities. I didn't develop myself personally enough to grow into the person that I could have even a bigger impact on people. Our life is short on this earth. We are but a vapor. And so I don't want you to think, well, I'll do that next year. So many people I've already heard it. They're starting their business plan, or they've already locked in and said, well, I'm done with business for the year. It's on to next year. And while I'm busy thinking in my head and creating strategic growth plans for next year, I'm still locked into this year. I still have a chance to fight for what I want. I still have a chance to win at what I want. I still have a chance to accomplish the goals I want, but I must get really focused on it. So I'm asking you to get focused in. Get focused in, because here's the truth of the matter of it. If you would say, I want to read so many books a month. Guys, do you know just getting in your car and turning on an audiobook? Okay, you're knocking it out. You're learning, you're changing, you're growing. I want to get in the best shape of my life. It's so easy to say I want to lose 20 pounds. It's so hard to say I'm going to get up this morning and walk a mile and see no results. You literally eat the fruit of your discipline. You eat the fruit of your lips and you eat the fruit of your discipline. 2024 still has the opportunity for you to advance. It has that opportunity. So what's holding you back? For most, it's overwhelm. They sit down to write, they get in overwhelm. They sit down to make the phone call and they get in fear. Fear and overwhelm keep more people from accomplishing things in their life than anything. And I've wrestled with that. I have wrestled with times of overwhelm where I would look around and I'm like, I have so many things that I want to accomplish that could make me feel overwhelmed. And my key to it, I sat and talked to someone about it today, like how do you overcome overwhelm when most of the people I talk to in the country they're leaders in their industry, they're leaders in their companies, and they've got full plates. And this is not like, oh, they work so hard. This is just they carry a lot of responsibility. And I'm like, yeah, you could get into overwhelm when you think about the needs of people, when you think about the responsibilities you carry, you can get into it. But what do I do when I get into overwhelm? This is what I do. Simple. I put my hand on my chest and I'm like, I rebuke overwhelm. I rebuke the feeling of being overwhelmed. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. Now I'm a Christian, so I say I rebuke it in Jesus' name. And I speak peace to my nervous system. I speak peace to my mind. And I just keep speaking peace. I put my hand on my chest a lot and just speak peace. A lot of times people see me and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, in my mind, I'm speaking peace to myself because your power place is in peace. Your power position is in peace. It's not in overwhelm. It's not in anxiety. It's not in fear. It's not in dread. Your power position is only in peace. So if you're worried you're not going to be able to accomplish something, if you're afraid to step out and take the risk, like all of that can cause you to feel overwhelmed. But do this. When you go through those guided steps I just talked to you about, praying peace, rebuking overwhelm, and then you take an action step, all of that starts to back up around you. And you start to feel a little victory. Hey, I made that phone call. I made that phone call I was dreading. I made it. I made that phone call that I was so fearful of. I made it. You start to get like, oh, I did it. And guess what it starts to do? It starts to vibrate into your future. I did it. I can do it. I made it. I did this. I did that. Guys, there's so much power in your activity. There's so much power in your discipline. And when we're living right now, like, you know, we've just been dealing with the Hurricane Milton. We've had multiple hurricanes, right? Across the United States. But sometimes your life can feel like you're in the eye of the hurricane. Sometimes there's circumstances that are spinning around so much that causes great distraction. Some of them require our attention. I mean, we've just walked through a health situation with my mom. It's required my attention. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be there. But it's required my attention, and it's brought a little bit of broken focus. Here's what I know. I go back to center, and I begin again. I start over. I recommit to what I want to see happen. I get deeply focused on it, and then I take an action step on it every single day. Every single day. Don't start to get this attitude right now. We're in the holidays, and yeah, I'll wait to start that new fitness program till January. Do you know what? If you're serious about something, you do it now. When you prolong it, that's a decision. Indecision is a decision. When you say, oh, I'll just do that next year. I'll start at the beginning of the year. Oh, we're kind of getting the holiday times, you know, all of that. Things are kind of, you know, I'm just going to relax a bit. I'm telling you, your future self will thank you that you did not. Your future self will thank you that you put the hustle to the fourth quarter. Again, I'm in the real estate business. So when I get to fourth quarter, I'm typically increasing my activity level. I'm not slowing down. I'm speeding up. I'm not relaxing my grip on things. I'm putting more effort and energy into it than ever before. Because guess what? I have a goal at the finish line and I'm not there yet. And I've got to make it. I need to make it. I have to see it come to pass. So I've got to do the activities to make it come to pass. Don't quit on where you're at with your 2024 dreams and goals. Guys, I'm going to be doing another You Are More conference. It's going to be January 11th. Mark your calendars, invite your friends. It's going to be a women's conference. It's going to be all day Saturday, January 11th, 2025. And the theme is going to be 25, your year to thrive. We're not going in average and mediocre and living below the baseline. We're going to celebrate women that have accomplished much, women around actually that are doing big things. I'm going to be bringing in great speakers. It's going to be power packed. It's going to be a value add. But here's the thing. I want to set the stage for you over the next few months to prepare your mind so that when we get into that time frame, that it's literally a virtual launching pad for you to accomplish all that you want on your dreams. So the next few months, we're going to spend in preparation, moving the needle forward, preparing our mind. How should I be thinking? What are the daily activities I should be engaged in to move things forward? I'm going to have my coach, John Sheplack, who's going to be on my podcast here in a couple of weeks, and you're going to really enjoy it. But he has accomplished so much, and in a short time, it gives me so much hope that my coach literally was at 52. He had almost nothing. He started at base ground zero, and it has created an amazing life in 6 years. paid off millions of dollars worth of tax debt, like literally changed the landscape of the real estate industry and the coaching space, has done impactful things. And his key is this: I focus only on the activity. I obsess about my activity, and I don't stare at the results. And so there's so much power in that, just the transformational power of activity, doing the discipline, that you become what you work on. You become as you stare at something and you stare at it and you look at it and you see it, you become it, right? So again, January 11th, mark your calendar and know this: you are more. So don't give up on your dream. Don't quit on your dream. I say that all the time, but I'm talking to so many people across the country that are so discouraged that they find themselves in a hard place. And I'm like, you don't fail until you quit. It's not over until you stop. So if you don't quit and you keep moving, you win. And you're on this earth to win. You're created to win. And I believe in you. So you are more. Keep living your dream. Share this podcast out with anybody you think that needs to hear this. But start to get that mindset of, I'm going into these holidays and I'm going to own them. I'm going into this season with a fourth quarter mentality that I'm popping back up and I'm crushing my dreams. When you get that decided on making it happen, you'll make it happen. So cheering you on always. Thanks so much.